So here we are. It is a Persian's War. Now, when you draft, you get 3 bans on either side. Civs you don't want played, or don't want your opponent to get, or don't want to play. And then you get a free pick, but you don't get to... your opponent doesn't get to see your free pick until after you've selected yours. And in this case, both players selected Persians. They selected it first, and they both saved it for the final game. What better way to determine who's the better player here in this series to move on with a big fighting chance? I mean, you get to round 3, you've got a big fighting chance to make it to the main event of Hidden Cup. Sobek has never been in one. He's never been close in any of the qualifiers. Miguel was in Hidden Cup 1, made it to the semifinals, has never been back. I actually forget if Miguel was in Hidden Cup 2. I should probably know that. But yeah, it's been a long time for Miguel. Now, I know some people don't like mirrors. I'm repeating myself here. But this is maybe the best map in the pool for a mirror matchup because you have a lot of gameplay elements. And they've actually spawned very close to each other, which tells me there is actually a chance that they will choose to dock the same area. But the gameplay elements are the ponds, so you've got land, and then you've got the water. And Persians are solid on land, but Persians are insane on this map because the TC works faster, the docks work faster, and then they both also get more HP. Not to mention you start with extra wood, start with extra food. So Persians recently buffed. They're in the rotation of maybe like 5 or 6 civs, which are elite on Cross. Now, again, on the whole civ diversity thing, Cross will be less diverse with civs than a lot of other maps. But if we, for the main event, obviously still have not revealed what we're doing, right? But, like, if you eliminate Japanese, Malians, Persians, Lithuanians, and I'm probably missing one. If you eliminate some civs, you're also eliminating a lot of bonuses that allow you to do a lot of different things here. So, from the gameplay perspective, expect them to be able to do a lot here. But, yeah, no TC dropping. Miguel's going to dock the left side. Now, when they scout, they're going to probably scout, like, this way because this is just a little off-center. But this can happen. So there's going to be the dock from Sobek in the north. They will never assume they're this close. Now, I think if they come to this conclusion, I think this is actually better for Sobek. Also, look at the forward berries for both. Yikes. That's going to be awkward. But, yeah, Miguel actually scouting with his sheep will find his enemy's berries. And maybe double back with the scout now. But Miguel, his shoreline is exposed to a pretty easy stroll for Sobek. Sobek could walk over here and dock this. It's a longer walk for Miguel to get to the north. I'm being told that the Stark series is also being really good. So the other Brazilian playing today against Running, that one's good. Good to hear, guys. We'll jump into that after this series. Miguel is T90's amigo. That's why we are missing Stark game lol, says bro AoE. Yes, it has nothing to do with the fact that Miguel and Sobek started an hour earlier. Miguel is my boy, though. You're not wrong on that. But has nothing to do with the fact that this series started an hour earlier. Nothing to do with good scheduling. Has everything to do with the fact Miguel's my boy. I said lol. That's all good. It's so good. I'm not making fun of you. Did I not say lol? Can we please get 11s in chat? I'm sorry. I should have said, it's hard. I can't type it, So Miguel clicks up. Now, Miguel knows. Miguel scouted a long time ago. It was a long journey to figure this out. And he now knows where the dock is. He knows where his opponent's TC is. And Sobek, he has no clue. He is walling here, thinking that Miguel is maybe spawning in the south, and Miguel would try and make that journey to dock him. He's not going to expect a villager coming this way. And, poor Matador is going to hate that I brought this up, but, I'm very good friends with Matador, right? Matador is playing against Max round 1. And I was, so upset in the most professional way I could be about the lack of scouting from Matador there. And then my buddy Ozone was like, T90, when I was playing Cross, all I could hear was you screaming in my head to scout. And actually, I'm quite proud. I'm quite proud that a player as good as Ozone, who will be playing in the second round this week, said that he could hear me screaming in his head. And scouting is so important. There's so many maps where you could just push deer like a bot. But on this map, you gotta find out details right now. And Sobek, he hasn't scouted the water at all. He doesn't know anything. And he is going to get docked and he is going to get punished. Beautiful opening for Miguel, who at this point is also checking the shoreline. This is his experience. He knows that a dock could come up here. This is inefficient compared to other areas, but this gives him vision. And now he scouts the... Oh my god. This is just textbook. Can we please get some Craigasms in chat? Oh man, this just really gets me excited. Oh my god. Now he scouts the barracks. He scouts the stable. He knows the timings. He's going to go for the barracks, knowing he's ahead on water, and he's going to defend on land. This is just... Oh, it makes me so happy. And now poor Sobek just noticed this. Credit to him for finding it, and he's going to be like, no. And of course, he finds out a little late. Now, the specific thing that really affects you here with Sobek, you can add your own fire galley, but your build was not designed around making fire galleys, so you can only make one. So he needs to go to gold desperately, and then it takes time to get that second fire galley. So you are almost always guaranteed to lose your pond if you have not already gone to gold and you scout it this late. Which means for comeback potential, you need to get some fishing going on this side. Miguel already in the south thinking about it himself, and then Miguel already with spears out against the scouts, which he knew were going to come from his opponent. I cannot stress that enough. Now let's watch Miguel on this side. There's a lot of stuff happening. Here comes Sobek. Late to the party, staring at a fishing ship. Does Miguel notice this? See, immediate fire galley. Like, this is cross. Man, like, this is... Miguel is playing this so well so far. And so his fish should be fine because he's going to have some ships there. But great job. It's hard to get rid of Persian docks. Great job there from Sobek. Now, the scouts are here. The scouts have not been tracked. Sobek under some pressure to get damage. Trying his best. Miguel fighting this off right now, though. Doesn't end up losing any vills. It is scrappy for Miguel, I will say that. There's just so many different things to look at right now, but he adds a spear. Sobek does know his opponent's going to have archers. Has transitioned into farms onto the berries. Probably needs an archer range here on land. So Sobek has to find a way to recover. Look at Miguel. Guys, it's just so good. It's how the map is designed to be played. This is textbook, right? Scouting. Now he's going to miss the dock now or something. But like scouting the map, transitioning into different ponds, knowing what your opponent will go into. Fantastic stuff for Miguel. Of course, his scout did completely miss the dock. So it's not 10 out of 10 strategy, person in chat. It's now 9 out of 10. But he will maybe transition over there, and again, he can fish down here. Here comes the range from Sobek. Res collected. Very close. There's a lot of game theory in my mind, right? There's a lot of shoulda, woulda, coulda. But you still have to execute. And the execution for Miguel could still be an issue. He gets in here. He'll see the range. Remember, he's had 6 fishing ships. So if he's worried about skirmishers, he could maybe consider if he has the food to go for some scouts, and the stable's already there. I mean, again, it's just like so good, but it's messy. He is pop capped. He has to micro. And there's the house for Miguel. Big time house. Look at the idle TC. You can see really good players win with bad strategy because they're just so good with consistency on like micro and eco, right? Miguel's opening here. Everything about it has been amazing. But he is down 4 villagers compared to where he could be because of not creating any and because of how hectic this is right now. Archers here. Just camping there. Skirms are on the front. Scouts will be here for Miguel. 2 fishing ships in the south. Here, Sobek going to make the 3rd fire. Could potentially win this water. Could potentially stabilize. Miguel can fish here, and he's starting to do so. Really well played from him. Sobek farming. Miguel is not. Miguel's just going to add a market now. Maybe buy some food. And Sobek has to track this for his tournament life, for his qualifier life. And he will track that wonderfully. That is really good find. That is so easy to forget about. So easy to miss. Miguel gets to the dock villager here, so that could go down. And then here Miguel gets some hits. And now Miguel will try and run away here because he's got some scouts in support. Res collected higher for Miguel. Not game-changing, though, necessarily. And this is so messy. There's 4 fires here. 4 fires for Sobek. Sobek can kill all these fish. That's a Persian dock for you. That is the biggest reason why people are picking Persians. It's just that freaking dock, man. You just can't take it out in Feudal Age. And I think Miguel, because of everything he's doing, just assumed that there was no world in which Sobek could afford to do this. But the patience pays off for Sobek, and Sobek with a great spot here. Miguel will try and repair. Gets the repairs in. But not in time. Demo's now out as well, and Miguel will lose this pond. To land we go. Archers against scouts and skirms. Or archers and skirms against scouts. It's so messy, and this is looking better for Sobek. What a great job from Sobek to balance this out. Demos the fish, wins the pond. Miguel just now sees that Sobek's over here, but Sobek has had 5 fishing ships for some time. This is Miguel just testing to see if Sobek's paying attention, and Sobek is going to find that. I mean, there's other things going on. And Miguel's up to Castle Age, but Sobek's res collected. Could look a bit better in time. We'll see. He drops the market. He will buy some resources. He knows that his opponent sold stone because he'll see those prices. But how many times, guys, have we seen the faster Castle Age work out? Miguel will have access to eco upgrades. He'll have access to knights and camels. What I don't like, though, is I don't like the lack of walling here. I get it earlier because you're looking in all the corners. And he's going to head over here to try and get this. But now, I think a wall here, a wall here, a wall here. Like, now is your time to kind of wall up. But he's scouting. It's the gameplay elements. He has to look at everything that's going on here. What a great game. These two are so good, man. They are both so amazing. This would be a big deal if Miguel can end up getting a dock down here and killing these fishing ships. At this point, like, Sobek doesn't gain anything from this pond. You don't really want to fish that. There's not much food remaining. Archers for Miguel have to peel away. Villagers on berries have to peel away. No farms for him. Not a single farm. Which could be a problem. I like how Sobek has transitioned into the farms. It's good long-term thinking here. Sobek's archers looking to do something. Obviously, it's going to be some knights here for Miguel. This could be to a dead villager here. Eco KD's 5-5 right now. Dead villager it is. Could be more. Sobek is walled, right? So Sobek doesn't have to worry too much about... Well, he does have to worry, of course, but it's not as big a deal to have units headed over to his base. And Sobek's ranged units also distract these two knights. Miguel, weak villager in here. Sobek looking for it, maybe. Maybe looking for any villager kill. Gets her. There's a villager here from Miguel. Sobek killed her and is building a TC next to it. And now here Miguel's getting this dock up because Sobek's fire galley was here because of that scout. And now these fishing ships could go down. Wow, this map is so punishing. Nice job from Sobek, though. Really nice. You could tell Miguel's struggling. Like, idle time there. Monastery's not going back up. 1 TC all in. And now Sobek is stabilizing. Sobek has recovered so beautifully here. He's on camel. He'll have monks first. And Sobek has the lead, in my opinion. The farming eco, that switch into farms when you started to lose fish, getting over here super early was so nice. What a game. Kind of hard to kill your opponent now if they have monks and camels, though. This will be nice for Sobek. A nice find. And that should be a dead vill. That vill, though. She attacked for a second. That's funny. Miguel can let that villager go. He needs to defend the back area, and he's ready. And villager will go down. But fishing ships will go down. So, Don't get too excited for Sobek's situation just yet. Miguel will kill all of that, increasing the eco lead. But again, it's just no walls and no farms. And I worry, like right now, Sobek can't be broken. And he's on 2 TCs. It is a boom game. Miguel is so exposed here. And Sobek knows that the army must be coming over here. So Sobek will now go in here. He won't kill villagers that quickly with camels. But it is still damage. And Sobek with good control. Miguel's eco is wide open here. Monks on both sides going for conversions. Sobek will dive to kill the monk there. Both players are going to try and dive and kill the monk. And Miguel's eco is a wreck right now. Let's look. Worker efficiency. Last minute, 53%. But, fishing ship. Fishing ships. Won this again. Fishing ship. Fishing ship. I love this map. This map is so sick. So many different things happening all the time. Conversions need to happen. Sobek, don't lose your monks! Persian monks are really weak. Look away from them. And you could have a problem. And now Miguel, paying attention, right? And he could be in a position to get 3 conversions. Sobek can't do that. And here we go. This is what I mean. If Miguel splits the targets, he's not doing so. He's going to use 2 monks for 1 unit? This is kind of awkward. The monks are just like, hey, we agree not to convert each other, right? Do Persians get atonement? Obviously, they're both Persians. So if they get atonement, they both should maybe consider it. Wow. And Miguel goes for TC number 2. All because he has fish and Sobek does not. And now he's building in the farms. This is such a sick game. And map control is critical. And right now, the map control is for Miguel. This could be bad for Miguel. This could be really bad. Or it could be really good. He's going to kill both monks. Oh, man. He's added the scouts now. I like it because you need to take care of those monks. Miguel has said, I don't freaking care about your walls. I've got fish for eco. And I will focus on the fights all the time. And he's got this nice little position. How are you going to spend your gold if you're Sobek? Well, you're going to make monks, which are dying. Or you're going to go for camels or knights, which can be converted. The light cav upgrade here is huge. But the light cav will still die to camels. And we have a siege workshop from Miguel, who's full focus on the front right now. Again, those fishing ships, you don't need to look at them. They're just continually bringing in resources for you. And Miguel, who had the perfect opening, and then fell off a bit from that, has gotten himself into a beautiful position here that Sobek has to somehow break. Look at this eco for Sobek. It's 3 town centers. I mean, that's so good. But so much of this is idle now. He has to kill these monks. If he kills these monks, and then somehow the monks in here hop out and get conversions, it's good. But I'm worried. He's got to time it right. He's going to hop out with his monks. There he goes. How are the conversions? Capture Rage will tell us. The light cav are not getting anywhere near Miguel's monks. I can tell you that much. The light cav are dead. And so Miguel has a superior monk number, so he should heal faster. He also still has good positioning with the rest of his units. And camels don't kill monks very quickly. This is horrible for Sobek. A beautiful fight for Miguel. It's not over, but if Miguel mixes in siege to take out the buildings, it could get much worse for the Chilean. Look at the KD, though, guys. I mean, you're still looking pretty close as far as that's concerned. And res collected is 1,000 more for Sobek, just because I think he expanded to those farms. Obviously, he has 20 more villagers right now. Some of Miguel's army count is also useless army. The 7 fire ships. More monks. Man, I really would have liked to see pikemen there. I think he's under so much pressure he didn't feel comfortable. But, like, doubling down on monks... I mean, I guess that and pikemen would be good. But pikes also don't do much damage versus monks. They're also very slow. They're also weak against siege. 3rd TC for Miguel. What a game. Now, this is where it's nice to be Persians. Because Your TC is never going to go down to a siege push. TCs for Persians have as much HP as castles, so this will still buy you a lot of time. Miguel's kind of just rolling around looking for villager picks, if anything. He's going to ram down the stable. Miguel using this control could maybe farm at home a little bit more. Maybe fish trap. Yeah, he's fish trapping. Super good. Because the fishing ships will run out, and then it kind of hurts you. 112 pop versus 100. Devotion now. What a tech. Actually, it's a new tech. Miguel, not always up to date on the meta. Your conversions, you're going to resist conversions. Extra like 15% or something. He'll have similar amounts of monks. The camel number is pretty good too. I think Sobek could actually clear this. The problem is devotion enough to stop Miguel from getting conversions? I'm not so certain. And Miguel just goes in there just to check, which is just crazy. Just to see what's going on there. Miguel can research devotion too, obviously. But, you know, these days it feels like every player's getting it. We're not seeing it from Miguel. And oh my god, we're seeing engagement. Devotion versus no devotion. The siege should be going for monks if you're Miguel. Yeah, he's going to go for some monks. Big engagement. It's very hard for me to tell how this is going right now. You got 17 camels against 13 camels, but then you have Miguel's monks healing, and then there's also the siege. It seems very close. It seems like maybe Miguel could lose this fight, and Sobek might be able to take the hill here. And if the monks go down for Miguel, Sobek's going to have more, and Sobek is not finished. He wins the battle, and he can reclaim this territory. What a hold for Sobek. And now it's Miguel's turn to scramble in this game. This has been back and forth. Miguel probably can't believe it. And I do wonder how much devotion mattered there. I can tell you, these camels are very weak. Like, that fight goes slightly differently, and maybe Miguel still holds the position. Now, actually, when you get the lead, would be a great shift into pikes if you're Sobek. He just goes for his own siege workshop. Wow. Miguel's probably like, what went wrong? Look at this farming for Sobek throughout all of this, guys. What an incredible player. And what a game. It's 115 pop for both. The closest, the most intense game in the entire series has been saved for the 5th game. Remember, before that fight, the KD was fairly close. So, the additional monks plus the devotion tech was a really good idea in the end there from Sobek. And both players are on stone. I think Miguel considering taking a fight here. Can you win this? These guys are both incredible. You win this, and then you have the chance to win another best of 5 to move on to the decider to then make it to Hidden Cup. Like, there's that. For those that are really interested in the prize pool aspect, $150 if you lose this game. Not bad. $370 minimum for you if you win this game. That's a big jump. Especially for a lot of players who these guys aren't having the deepest runs in these big prize pool tournaments. For Sobek, what I was really impressed with after he stabilized was how he switched into the farms. And he's had horse collar for a long time. He's had farms for a long time. He denied that stone there from Miguel, so now Miguel can't take stone. This stone is also exposed, but Sobek's camping it, as Sobek's got full control. Sobek knows his opponent doesn't have stone, and guess what? He does have stone. He's been taking it for a long time. Sobek is the underdog here, guys, but I felt it was slight. I didn't feel like it was that extreme because of how good a year he had in 2023. And because of all the storylines with Miguel. Just the fact, he doesn't play as much these days. Doesn't mean he doesn't care. I don't know to what degree he trained, right? But clearly the level's insane. And he's going to go for +2 attack. Yeah, I think both players need to go for +2 attack. With the way these fights have been, a little bit of extra attack could help so much. Camel gets deleted there. Is it Miguel's turn to take a better fight? Look at this, man. Look at this pop. It's never been, like, they've never been more than, like, 5 or 10 pop apart, it feels like. Okay, so 24 camels. Miguel is 25, and Miguel's going to have extra attack in 20 seconds. 6 monks for Miguel, 6 monks for Sobek. But devotion's in for one player. And one player has the hill, and the rams may help as well here. This is a great fight for Sobek. He has the hill. His monks aren't dead. The rams are also here. I think it's a good fight for Sobek. Is Miguel winning this battle? Oh, man, these monks healing is so nice. Is Miguel winning? Is Miguel winning? Miguel is winning! Miguel is winning! Miguel is winning the fight! I think? I can't tell, dude. I can't. It's a freaking camel war. The extra attack is very nice. Sobek is worried. Miguel is back. Miguel is back. He's going to kill all these monks. This game is ridiculous. And this was when Sobek wanted to build a forward castle. Now it might need to be a defensive castle. What a hold for Miguel, if he even held. I still can't even... yeah, I mean, he's finally taking better engagements. He also has more camels. He has the better upgrades. And Sobek, it's his turn to scramble. Oh my god! Are you kidding me, bro? You just lost the fight, you crazy person. Lose fight, defensive castle. That's normally what my brain says, but Sobek thinks differently. Sobek says, lose fight, I will lose game, so I shall build forward castle. And Miguel can't see it. Miguel's going to mine stone there. Miguel's going to try and take that. And there's going to be a castle on his face. What in the world? Meanwhile, Sobek is losing all these stables he built up. It's all going to get rammed down. But Miguel's like, holy. Also, I think Sobek lost his blacksmith earlier to the ram push from Miguel, which explains why he hasn't gotten more upgrades. Because I'm not seeing it. He obviously could rebuild one. But man, what a crazy game. I mean, Sobek's still very exposed. He's still losing his buildings. He's still losing villagers. This castle gives him a real shot, though, and he could build more because he's taking the stone. But he needs pikemen. I mean, they both have needed pikemen, or he needs more camels here. Blacksmith was left from TC. Yeah, I thought it was here, exactly. Guys, the nerves must be insane for these two. How hard would your fast be beating right now? I cannot imagine. Miguel is seeing barracks go up. Or at least he's seeing this one. So he should know pikes coming in. The thing is, you need big pike numbers. Wait, what did I say? Did I say fart? How hard would your fast be beating? Is that what Oh, okay, that's worse. Listen, my brain doesn't work all the time. But 99% of the time, it's good. I'm sorry, all right? I'm thinking about gameplay stuff. Don't think about my... Don't listen to me when I speak. Miguel is imping now. He's been back over on a stone somewhere. He's found this stone over here. That's a problem. I honestly think Sobek can still win this game. Because what's going to happen here is as Miguel imps, he doesn't invest into army. And now he's up against pikemen too. And that's not going to be fun. Now, it's not a lot of pikes, but he still has camels too. I mean, he wants a castle for Trebs. Big fight here. Sobek needs a big fight here. He's not winning the fight. He needed more pikes there. Maybe he needed an armor upgrade. Maybe that attack upgrade would help because it helps his camels and his pikes. Big fight. It's close, though. It's actually close. Miguel's losing the fight. And now what does Miguel do? I know what Sobek wants to do. Sobek's going to drop a castle there, but Miguel's going to drop a castle here. Which means Sobek probably should cancel his idea. But he's all in right now. Actually, a castle here would be huge. He does not see Miguel's building his. And Miguel is not happy to see that. And Miguel's going to TC drop the castle. Interesting. Maybe it's a good strategy. Because he didn't have the resources for a castle. Persian TCs are just as strong as castles. To anyone who's saying it's GG, Miguel's about to be an imp. So GG for who? This castle for Sobek, it might be trebbed down, but it buys him a lot of time. it ranges a lot of eco here. Like, Miguel needs to relocate from gold, from stone. And Miguel's using the market to get his first trebs out. And he still has to stop light cap. He still has to stop pikemen. This game is incredible. Now, there's neutral gold spread out all around this map. That's something the players could look for. Sobek, he's good vision on this. Not sure about that gate, but that was probably a hotkey issue. Look at Sobek's control. Look at his vision. Stone here available for him. Stone here he's denying. Some raids in the back here with the light cap. I think full light cap pike is your play right now if you are Sobek. And you have to get... You either go full upgrades, all in, or you go imp. Look at him. He says, I can't go imp. My opponent has beat me to that, but I can go all in Castle Age and deny these resources. He's everywhere. And he finds this, and this is a desperation move from Miguel because he doesn't have army, because he went imp. And the only army he could really make is maybe a few more camels. He's got to wait until these castles go down. I think Sobek's going to take this game. He's got 60 food behind this. He's got gold income behind this. He can just repair this castle to keep it alive for as long as possible. The more you do that, the more Miguel is going to take losses elsewhere because Miguel, he does not have any defense here. Even lost some sheep. 50 villagers killed for both. 200 population for Sobek. And finally, Sobek getting some blacksmith upgrades. I mean, Miguel's struggling for everything right now. But what's funny is if Miguel can just go full pikes, in theory, he could hold this because he's up against other pikes. He's an imp, so he can get the stronger pikes. And he's up against Cav. I'd love to see Sobek try and take some trebs with the light Cav right now. I mean, I think that's the idea. But also, you can just balance your eco for imp and make sure you click up. He's going to lose both castles. He still hasn't clicked. Really hard to kill these trebs with where Miguel's positioned them. TC is still up, which is hilarious. Castle's still up. Castle being repaired. But it will go down, and this castle goes down too. It's game 5, guys. Miguel's not going to call it. Here come the light cap. Here come the light cap. This is the moment we talked about. And, oh, man, this castle's going to stay up for a bit longer, maybe. This would be huge. Miguel's repairing it. No, he's not. Yes, he is. No, he's not. That's huge. Because Miguel has no gold. Now, he does still have this treb. And that castle's down. And now this castle can be taken down. But these villagers were ready to go back to work, man. They haven't been paid in forever. And we've got a castle here for Sobek to protect that hill and that side, and he's still got army all around. Yeah. It's just like, Miguel's about to reclaim gold, but Sobek's castle aggression has given him so much time. Sobek now a minute and a half away from imp. Look at this economy. What a freaking game this was. Type a 1 in chat if you thought Sobek was dead after he got rolled by Miguel on the front of his base. I think I did, right? When he started to make more monks and not pikes, I was like, not a fan. And then he got rolled here. He kind of had a bad fight here, and he just stepped it up, man. Safe to say, though, the pike switch was perfectly timed. Finally, the castle goes down. I mean, finally. Miguel's going to try and go hand cannons. Now, that costs a lot of gold. He doesn't really have a ton of gold. Can he see this gold? Miguel! That's so unlucky. He can't actually see those 2 tiles. If he had an outpost, he could see it. But honestly, even with it at this point, I think he could just be picked apart. It doesn't have to be clean from here if you're Sobek. I think you go full Hussar, full Halb. You don't even need a gold unit, dude. You just... Miguel only has 1 castle. It's going to be so difficult for Miguel to stop these raids from adding up to villager kills. Even that treb right there is rolling forward for something. It's running right towards light cap. Miguel can't keep track of it. Miguel's farming next to this treb right now. Hussar's on the way. Armor's on the way. Chemistry's on the way. Sobek will probably think about can cannons as well. And Sobek is going to take this game now. I'm certain of it. And Miguel is probably left wondering how. Because, like, the castle that Sobek placed was so risky. but he risked it for the biscuit, as I don't even know why that's a saying, but it is for some reason, and it paid off. 153 vills for Sobek. He has a lot of them, but I don't think it's too much at this point, because he's going to win based on the eco lead and by the positioning, and he can have 50 army and win this game. It's actually the perfect number, maybe, for this type of game. TC finally goes down. Villagers will be exposed for the Hussars. Castle goes up over here. Miguel doesn't want to accept it, guys, but he calls the GG. What a game. The camel number was so close. Miguel won the camel war, but Sobek, beautiful eco. And listen, that was the best game of the series, and there's just so many things to get excited about. Like, I was just so excited. It was almost awkward for you guys to probably have to listen to how infatuated I was with Miguel's start. The scouting, the timings were so good. But the start was perfect for Miguel. Where Miguel struggled was focusing away from water and on land. And then Sobek was able to have this better food eco. I'm sure the food eco is just ridiculous at this point. He was able to get this because of the farms. Then he took some bad fights, and then he lost control. I think it was just that big push with army from Sobek to get Miguel off of his face, as well as having the forward castles that did it. This castle, guys, I kind of judged it. Not even this one. This one I like. But this one. It's like, this castle is so risky in so many ways, but it stayed up from 48 minutes to minutes 55. It did so much for him. A big part of that was because Miguel didn't see the gold. But it just like this, Miguel couldn't take this area of his eco already because it was exposed. And then this area of his eco, he couldn't expand in or take resources in because of that castle. So placing that castle and repairing that castle did it for Sobek. And Sobek wins. And Sobek moves on. And that's hype for him, man. That is hype for him. Again, in 2023 was a great year for him. And he's an underrated player. And I hope a lot of people now respect how good he is. I mean, look at this kill-death ratio. Look at this. 284 kills for Miguel and 284 units lost. And then Sobek, this doesn't even make any sense, actually. 283 kills and 283 units lost. It's like dead even. They have a 1 kill-death ratio. Wait, how does that work? That means Miguel killed one of his own units. Okay, so probably with Siege. Well, poor Miguel is already probably upset, and now that has been pointed out in front of thousands. But anyways, it happens. The conversions, Miguel did a better job over time, right? But I do think he could have been even better if Sobek wouldn't have researched devotion. And then the eco and the map control is pretty much what won Sobek that game. If you want to see the speed, Sobek maybe just a little bit faster there.